So today we have another video for our healthy eating section. We are going to make deep fried chip shop style potato fritters. Let me show you how. So for our chip shop style potato fritters, we're going to need a couple of simple ingredients. Obviously we're going to need some potatoes, or a potato. I've got a rather large jacket potato here, and I'm going to get about 3 good sized fritters out of this, so we want that. And we want some batter, which we have made up in a previous video. This batter is fantastic for this sort of stuff. It's a really good quality batter, and if you want to see how to make this, you can see the video here. So take a little look at that, and then come back, unless you've already looked at it obviously, and just carry on watching. So what we're going to need to do with this potato is we are going to trim the ends off it, and then we're going to peel him all nice and evenly around. And like I said, I'm hoping to get 3 decent sized potato fritters out of this. Now just trim the ends off there, trim the bits off. Okay. So what we'll do with this potato now is we're going to cut it down the centre, down the side here, so we're going to get 3. 1 there, 1 there, 1 there. So 1, 2 and 3. With the end bits, if you just trim them off so that they're kind of square as well. There we are, 1. And these bits as well, if you've got these little bits left over, if you want to fry these off in your batter, you know, they'll be lovely as well. But for the purpose of this video, I'm just going to do the 3 potatoes. What we're going to do with these potato slices, I'm going to part cook them in some water so that they're just sort of al dente, so they're just sort of going, okay, so they can cook quicker then in the fat when they go in. So we'll get these into some water, get them part cooked. So we've part boiled these potato slices before they go in the fritters. Not for long, probably got them to the boil, simmered them away for about 10-15 minutes until they're just almost cooked. So this kind of at the sort of level you want for, say, a potato salad. So these potatoes been cooking now for about 10-15 minutes or so. Just checked them with a knife, and the knife just breaks the top of it, which is fine. So I'm going to get these off now, get them in the sink and cool them down because I don't want them to cook anymore. And there we are. So what we'll do is we'll get some cold water running on top of them now, get them cooled down nice and quickly, and that'll stop them cooking. So slices of potato now have been running into the cold tap for a few minutes, okay? You can put your hand in there now, and they're nice and cold, okay? They're definitely not going to fall apart. So we turn that tap off now. Drain this water out, and we'll get these potato slices ready for our potato fritters over onto a plate with a bit of kitchen roll. There we are. We can pop them onto there. We can just let them dry while we get the oil on, ready to get them cooking. So over at the stove we have our chip pan with our cooking oil in it. Okay, so probably about a litre and a quarter of cooking oil in here. Need to get this temperature up to about 180, and also we have our potato fritters that we dried off earlier. So what we're going to do with these fritters, these are going to go, I'm going to do these one at a time, so I'll just push them out of view there a second. We also have our batter. We're going to put 1 fritter at a time into, or 1 potato rather at a time, into this batter. And I'll pop that in there. With a fork, okay, you need to just turn that over, and you'll see that the batter pretty much sticks to it, to be honest. There we are. So once that batter is all coating the potato with our oil, which is now at about 180 degrees, which is where we want it. There we are, 116, 130, 140, 150, 170, 75, there we are. So that's just popping up now to about 180. We'll get our potato fritter dropped in. So with a fork, pick this fritter up and straight away, straight in. There we are, so that potato is in now, and it's cooking away quite nicely. Give the basket a little bit of a shake, okay, and just move it around a little bit with a slotted spoon, just to make sure it's not sticking to the bottom. But there we are, that is going lovely. So that's going to take about 10 minutes, maybe 15 minutes to cook at that sort of temperature. Once he's cooked then, we'll pop all the other ones in, do them all exactly the same. There we are, so this fritter has been cooking for about 15 minutes or so, 20 minutes. Lovely golden brown, it's floating now in the oil, which pretty much means it's cooked. So with your slotted spoon, you can pop this out, bring the excess oil off, pop that onto a tray, and that can go in the oven while we cook the other two, and when they're done, you can eat them.